Hey everyone, this is JCS StarCraft bringing you another of the group stages from Group Stage D. This time we have DemusliM as a Terran player versus, DemusliM from the UK versus Strelok from Ukraine. And the action getting started here on Scrap Station. DemusliM as the purple Terran and Strelok as the blue Terran. Strelok, one of the stronger Brood War players as Terran, and now making his transition over to StarCraft 2. Kind of got a slow start in the beta, but has recently been just really strong, has won several of the ESO Go for SE2 Cups as well as the Craft Cups, so definitely a force to be reckoned with. DemusliM, one of the top players, if not the top player from the UK, representing Terran here, and both players spawning on Scrap Station. Should be a pretty interesting battle between the two. I did recently just broadcast the game between DemusliM and Naniwa, where DemusliM really favored a heavy bio build, MM against his opponent, back to the basics against the Protoss opponent, and with a lot of really good timing pushes and attacks was able to defeat Naniwa. So right now Strelok, every game here very important. The group stages, how they work is that there are 4 players in each group stage, all pretty much the best StarCraft 2 players out there. You play a round robin best of 3 series with everyone, and whoever has the best record at the end of the group stage, the top 2 move on to the round of 8. So every match very vital here. No player really wants to lose. DemusliM is scouting, really I think has been trained to scout for any sort of early proxy attack against him. I think he has been hit by that time and time again, so it does a really great job with his SVs to scan that area out first. Strelok meanwhile just going to be running across, not so afraid of a proxy attack from his opponent at this point. Not a lot of cheese going on in these games. Most of the players just trying to play a very strong game against their opponent. Looks like a standard 12 racks, 13 refinery on both sides is my assumption. And Strelok going to go ahead and moving in. We might be seeing some sort of 1-1-1. There's a lot of really early gas right now. Will Attack Lab go down, or nope, it's just going to be, looks like he's going to be waiting until he saves at 100 to get that factory down against his Terran opponent. Sometimes Terran versus Terran ends up being tanks and Vikings versus tanks and Vikings. But we might be seeing something a little bit different. Marauder play does factor in pretty heavily as well. And would love to see, of course, some different play too. A lot of players are a little bit, I think what's interesting about this particular tournament is that there are a lot of Terran players out there. And Terran right now has this, unfortunately, is being called a little bit imba. A lot of Terran players, especially against some of the other races, Terran versus Zerg, Terran versus Protoss, you can really get away with just one basing against your opponent's 2 base and can kind of hunker down a little bit, I guess, too easily. A Reaper coming out for Strelok, going to be getting that scout on as best that he can. This Reaper does have pretty much the same distance to travel as if any other unit, but can come in there and try to hop onto this cliff and do some harassment out there. This Marine just dashing across the field, saying goodbye to that SCV, goodbye SCV, and running along to try to gain control of this Zelnaga watchtower. Now we're going to have a Marine. Nope, he's just going to run down here. Doesn't want to control that. Oh, a fast expand by DemusliM. So it looks like it's a 1 racks fast expand. After this expansion goes down, probably going to be throwing down a few more barracks as well. Pretty interesting. And the same thing from Strelok. Not even getting, now the factory coming down. Both players going for a fast expand. And Strelok, I think, with this Reaper is going to be able to catch that a little bit sooner. Yet now scouting that out. Oh, this SCV is going to be in a lot of trouble. DemusliM's going to be behind on his fast expand. Come on, Reaper, hit the... Oh, and DemusliM trying to run away his little SCV. Will he do it in time? Great reaction time from DemusliM. No, but it's popped right before it's able to run away. And now his command center is behind a bit. This lone Marine wants to hold off the Reaper, and the Reaper just kind of runs away. Kind of dashes away. A Reaper from DemusliM as well. Both players pretty much the same. Is he going to be able to take out this SCV before it's constructed? Yes, he will as well. So both sides kind of just trading away. This time, though, DemusliM wants to kind of get in there and harass. Oh, almost able to take out this SCV before the factory finished. And this Reaper already with 2 kills. 3 kills maybe if he can catch that one. Oh, trying to wait until that guy comes out. Trying to wait until the SCV comes out. And, wow, this Reaper doing a good amount more damage than the other Reaper. Now, Strelok's Reaper coming in here, trying to get revenge, and pops the other Reaper, gets the 2nd kill, too. So, both players doing a great job holding off their opponent. Looks like Strelok was able to finish first still, and DemusliM still has to wait for his to finish as well. And now scans going down on both sides. A lot of barracks going down for DemusliM, so we're going to be seeing mostly barracks play, mostly bio play again from DemusliM, who seems to be favoring that at this point. The factory going down for Strelok and going to be going over 1-1-1 with the fast expand. Pretty interesting strategy from Strelok. Normally you see the 1 Rax fast expand. After that Rax goes down, then you start throwing out more barracks and stay with the bio build. But I think Strelok at this point comfortable with Scrap Station and the large distances that it entails to just go over and tech over as much as possible. Should be interesting to see who will come out ahead. When is that factory going to be going down for DemusliM at this point, who I think kind of psyched out his opponent by going with the gas. Sometimes when you go with the fast expand, you just go all, wow, he's going to be breaking down the rocks in the middle. Sometimes with the fast expand, you do go all minerals and then switch over to gas only when you have to. And I think DemusliM right now going to be counting on the fact that his opponent, I think he has scouted his opponent out, knows that his opponent is going 1-1-1, and it will take him a bit longer to pump those units out. So DemusliM going to be taking advantage of that and just streaming out as many of the bio units as he possibly can. The Hellions were able to run in here and going to try to fry and do some damage to the SCVs. DemusliM trying to get rid of these Hellions as much as possible, and looks like they're going to be going down pretty soon. Strelok trying to do a Hellion drop, but only with 2 Hellions and without the flame upgrade, not going to be that as effective as he wanted it to be. A lot of the SCV units can just run down to the natural as well. And right now Strelok trying to get a scout on, trying to see what's going on. Does see a whole bunch of units being massed, and oh, that medevac does go down, the Hellion goes down with it. So now I think Strelok going to be trying to hold off the front right here. Does he have enough units? Looking at the unit count, it's going to be an all-in from DemusliM. He's going to bring in like a handful of SCVs to really push ahead. He knows that this is a pretty risky move for him to go at this point. His opponent is teching, might get those tanks out soon, and going to be leading the way, letting the SCVs absorb the damage. SCVs, I think, since they're ahead, they start absorbing, like they start taking the aggro from their opponents. So while they're shooting at the SCVs, the units in the back can just start firing away, and now all sorts of SCVs coming out. This is not going to be good for Strelok. A great push by DemusliM again. Going to be kiting around these SCVs. These SCVs just taking tons of damage. Strelok realizing that that's probably not the best idea at this point. Wasn't able to get a surround on them, and now just kiting away, stimming and running, firing, and this is not looking good for Strelok as well. The factory is lifted up into the air. He's just trying to get units out as much as possible. And unfortunately not going to be a catch up in time. So DemusliM again with another bio push. A very smart play by DemusliM. You know, DemusliM definitely can hold his own in almost any strategy, but trying to take advantage of the fact that his opponents are going with their standard builds and just kind of using a timing window to push in and stream everything in takes game 1 of this best of 3 series. And now I'm going to go ahead and cast the next game too. So this is JCS StarCraft signing off.